All right, guys, good evening. Today is Sunday, July 13th. In this video, I'm covering a few stocks that I'm watching for this week. There's also a few that were chart requests and some that some of my YouTube subscribers kind of shared with me. So I'll be going over all those. I don't want to take credit for all of them. But starting off with FHCO. This one was a chart request. Here's your daily chart. This one closed down 1.93% on Friday. As you can see, this is trading at 558. A cheaper stock, but I like the pattern. I actually like the chart a lot. I want to start off with the 10-minute time frame. And looking at this, I've actually got a level that I like a lot for tomorrow. My level is 555. That's where I'd personally might pick some up here. This closed at 558, so 3 cents away from that 555 level. But I do like the pattern this has made in the past couple of days. Notice your 20-day moving. Notice your 20-day moving average here has held. On Friday, though, we did close at 558. Your 20-day moving average sits at, let's see here, 561 looks like. So this did close below the 20 on Friday, but I do like this 555 level. If for some reason that does not hold, I've got a secondary level that I like, 530. I think this might hold, this 555. I might buy half here and just in case, wait for the 530. But my first target to the upside would be this level here, let's see here. All right, let me see here. My first level is at 558. I'm sorry, 589 target. I don't know why my cursor is not working. There we go, 589. That's my first target on this one. Notice your 50-day moving average. This red line here is sloping right into this level. So again, first target on this one. 589. Second target. All right, this thing's acting up on me right now. I apologize. Second target, 605. And ultimately, I think this stock, if everything plays out well, this could go up to this 665 level. From this 555 level to second target, let's see what kind of percentage we're looking at. First target would be a nice 5 to 6%. Second target would be about a 8 to 9% move on that, and I'm sorry about this. There we go. All right, and the 665 level would be a gain of about 20% if all goes well on this one. So I will be keeping an eye on this one for sure tomorrow. 555, I may pull the trigger myself. Next up, VJET was another chart request. I like this 1828 level. We may have missed it or missed the entry on this one. Friday's low was 1839. Not quite this 1828 at this 1828. A few pennies off. Friday, nice bounce up. This closed up 5%. My first target on this, watch year 2183, and next up 2449. This could be a nice gainer here. If for some reason this pulls back to 1828, I may consider it. This could be a potential 15% or 25% gainer here. So keep that one on watch. I like that one. Again, a chart request. Next up, UAL was one that I had requested last week. This one closed up 1.17%, closing at 45.70. My first level to keep an eye on for some resistance is 46.06, a few cents away from that. So keep that in mind. Let's see here. GPL, I talked about this one on a video I shot yesterday, so I won't talk too much about this one. One thing I want to remind you guys is if you're in already, make sure and have your stop losses set in place. I am in at 131. Let's see here, right about, I'm in at 131, so about right here. Friday we closed at 147. So far I'm up about, let's check here, 131 to about here. I'm up about 11 to 12% on this is a very cheap stock. So you guys could check out the channel and watch my video on GPL. But again, just a reminder, set your stop losses if you are in already. Next up, PRAN. As you guys know, we've been watching this one for a long time. It finally reached our first target of 271. This looks to me like it's winding up or setting up to move higher. You will have support at 235 in case this pulls back, but I am watching this 324 level on symbol PRAN. So there we go, 271. If this does break, you could be looking at a 324 move. Percentage-wise, that would be about a potential 15 to 16% gain from 271 to 324. Support again 235, and this uptrending line along with your 20-day moving average. Next up, SPLK. If you guys have watched my videos, you guys know that I shorted this up here. I covered here, and of course the next day it continued lower, bouncing off this 618 Fibonacci level. Right now, this 50% retrace level, which is at 47.99, is acting as resistance on SPLK. Thursday's high was 47.95. Friday's high was 47.92. And notice your red line here, your 50-day moving average, 2 is acting as resistance on this. I do favor the downside on SPLK for now. Watch this 75% retrace at 43.67. As I've said in my older videos, if this does manage to break all of these levels here and makes a move up towards this bar's high, which is at 54.71, I would not mind shorting this again. All right, so that's for SPLK. Next up, PRKR is one that I am watching tomorrow. This is a very cheap stock. I won't spend too much time on this one. It closed up 10% at $1.43. The volume on Friday was 4.1 million shares. On Thursday, we traded 1.4. So an increase in volume here. We'll see where this one goes tomorrow or for the week. Next up, MBI is another one I am watching. I will have to zoom out on this one to show you where I've got my 937 level. Switching over to the weekly time frame. Oops. There we go. I've kind of picked out of the level here at 937. If you look at the week of February 25th, the low was 937 right here. Let's take a closer look here. There we go. Symbol MBI made a nice pattern here in 2013. July 25th, March 4th. So in my opinion, this 937, you could see here, this held up very well before making a monster move. This is the week of May 6, 2013. This stock made a 64% move. Nice move there that week. So let's fast forward here, 937. There we go. Again, weekly time frame. This has flushed right into that level, which is why I like when stocks flush into support levels. That's where I like to pick them up at. The level 937. Friday we closed at 938. So a penny above my support level. So that's kind of why I am liking this MBI. Looking at the 10-minute time frame here. There you go. This has now gone sideways at this 937 level. So we'll see if this one decides to move higher this week. My first target on this one is 1070, believe it or not. Not a huge gainer, but let's see here. A nice 12 to 14% potential in this one. Right, next up, PGNX was an email that I had. This was one of my subscribers just sharing his watch list. PGNX, I was looking at this one earlier. If you look at the hourly chart, I kind of like this one, and I'll explain why. It's making this type of pattern. As long as it holds this uptrending line, this stock is okay. If it breaks this 443 level, this stock could go higher. So I like it. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And watch for some resistance. You'd be looking at this 482 level somewhere up here if this decides to go up higher. So I'm thinking a potential 9 to 10% gainer on this one. Let's take a closer look here. Yeah, about a 9% move here. Watch your moving averages though. Your purple line, your 200, your 20. Right now those would be resistance on symbol PGNX. All right, next up. All right. Symbol ARIA. This one too was an email, just sharing their watch list. This has been on a downtrend since putting in a high of 983 on January 24th, 2014, this year. If a break above this downtrending line, and if this does, this is your 200-day moving average, so a break above this downtrend line and a break above your 200, which is at 746, could send this stock back up to this 983 level. That would be about a, let's see here, 47% move. But again, that's if it breaks all of these lines here. This line has proven to be a lot of resistance on this stock. So be careful with this one. Your 20, your 50, and your 200 will all act as resistance. This stock is trading underneath these three moving averages. So it has a lot to prove itself before this could shoot up higher. Next up, symbol OREX. I like this one. You could maybe squeeze out a maybe 5% gain on this one to the upside. You will have a ton of resistance here, in my opinion, at your 200, your 20, your 50, your 20, and your 200-day moving averages. Your 200 sits at 589, your 20 at 598, and your 200 at 604. The red is your 50. I keep calling it the 200, but here are your levels on OREX. Next up, symbol BDSI. Personally, I don't think I would get in this one. This has made a monster move since, let's see here, November 2013, put in a low of 416, and right now this stock is trading at $14.02. This could revisit this 1438 level and maybe go higher. I'm not sure if I looked at the weekly time frame on this. Let's see if I could find another level. No, this is all-time highs for this stock, so I really don't have anything on this one. This actually on the weekly, this is a nice bullish pattern here. That's why it broke out to 1438. So this one, it's still okay, but like I said, for me, this is just way overextended, although it could go higher. Next up, symbol DUST, dust. I like this one a lot, and I'd like to start off with the downtrending line that I've got drawn in here. In fact, let's look at the weekly time frame instead so we could see that a lot better. So here you go, your weekly, your pivot low here, which is 2010. I connected that to this low here of 1616, and that takes us right into where this stock is currently at, within a few cents. So that's factor number one. I like that. And then if you zoom out, all the way out on the weekly time frame, you'll see that back in 2011, this stock formed a nice base here around 1396. So that's where my level comes from. So two factors here: downtrending line right into this 1396 level. Again, back in 2011 through 2012, September 2011 to January, February 2012, this stock formed a nice base down here at 1396. So we'll see if that holds. This stock closed at, let's take a look at the daily, excuse me. This stock closed down 7% on Friday. Notice how it's holding, it's staying inside of this big green candle made on Thursday. Made a new low of 1421. For now, this is still bullish. I do prefer this 1396 level. First target is your 20-day moving average, of course. This is at 1804. This would be about a, well, even a 15 to 20% potential here. Yep. So about 16, 17 maybe. So again, watch your 20 as target one. I will be watching this one tomorrow. And let's see here. That's all I had for tonight. So hopefully this video didn't go on for too long. And if you all have any chart requests, feel free to send me an email. I will provide my email in the description box. And I will shoot a video to cover that stock. All right, hope you all enjoy the video. Have a very good trading week and have a good night. Thank you.